South Africa is a home for all. There are quite a number of other foreign people who come to our country, and we should make sure that we live side by side with them.
So Dudula came out and they are not, smiling at all. They came out with fire, guys. As Ramaphosa says that South Africa is the home for all Africans, and they said they are not going to buy that. That South Africa is for South Africans and is not for all Africans. I will allow you guys to watch the video.
South Africa is a home for all. And indeed, we are not the only country that has become home for people who are fleeing from other nations. Now, countries like Uganda, they have millions of people from the surrounding countries who go to them. Countries like Kenya, they also have millions of people who throng to their land. And we as South Africans, we know that there are quite a number of other foreign people who come to our country, and we should make sure that we live side by side with them. And if there are problems and challenges, we should be able to find ways of addressing those problems and challenges. Whether it is problems of criminality that is perpetrated by people who may be coming from other countries, and indeed our own nationals as well. It does not mean that we should take the law into our own hands and attack those people.
People have come from all different countries into South Africa. When they get here, they are better than South Africans. How possible is that? That they are better than South Africans because they've read this constitution so much that they can even challenge the government of South Africa based on their constitution. Can you imagine when you go to other countries and you ask, hey guys, but it's because you are lawless. You are lawless. You are leadershipless.
Sometimes no,
that it's not it. We are in the middle of the storm. What are the huh? There's chaos.
This is a news report from Times Live in South Africa telling us that Operation Dudula is now targeting both legal and illegal foreigners. So when we spoke about all these xenophobic actions of Operation Dudula, people will say that they are after illegal immigrants. But you see now, they are now targeting both legal and illegal immigrants. As long as you are black, it's a problem for them. So the whites that are illegal, they are fine. The Chinese that are illegal, they are fine. But the Africans that are legal are not fine, even though they have papers. So this is beyond targeting crime or anything. This is pure hate crime. And I'm surprised the South African government that prides itself on having the best constitution, that prides itself on looking out for the human rights of people in Gaza, cannot look out for the human rights of Africans staying in an African country, of South Africa. I watched a video where the Operation Dudula leader, Sandie, I think, I don't know what her name is, basically, went into a shop with her goons and her xenophobic goons and asked the owner of the shop for papers, a cell phone shop, cell phone and cell phone accessories like plastic cases and earphones for cell phones. They said they were targeting expired product, but in their books, I think cell phone and cell phone cases also expire and they poison children. So the guy showed his papers, the guy showed his permit, the guy showed his rent receipt, and this Operation Dudula operative still went ahead and said, we just don't want you here. We just don't want you in South Africa. Go to your own country and succeed. So this is beyond crime. It's not about illegal immigration. It's all about jealousy. You feel that nobody has a right to succeed in your country, only South Africans. I had somebody in my life asking me, are South Africans in Nigeria working? And I said, yes, 16,000 of them. And they are there to make money. Just like Nigerians are in South Africa to make money, just like Zimbabweans are in South Africa to make money, and just like South Africans are in Zimbabwe to make money. So this thing of targeting African immigrants will still fall back on you, simply because you are beginning to need Africa due to the 30% tariff Trump imposed on you. And I think it should be government policy that South Africa should be sanctioned and no African country should trade with them until they fix their Operation Dudula xenophobic activities.
Another report from South Africa. Nigerians raise alarm as over xenophobic threats in South Africa. Find a way to come back home. If you're a Nigerian living in South Africa, find a way to come back home. Especially if you're in South Africa illegally, find a way to leave South Africa. Leave South Africa now that the road is free for you. If you're a Nigerian in South Africa, look, I'm holding my 2 ears, so leave South Africa. Especially if you are there illegally. Some of you will be like, nothing's going to happen. Nothing will happen. Please. Prevention is better than cure. Leave. This immigration issue is not just in South Africa or in Ghana or in Kenya. This is global issue. This is global issue. In Europe, people are protesting against migrants, especially illegal migrants. Likewise, in different African countries today. So if you're a Nigerian in South Africa, this is the second time I'm posting about this. Be very, very careful. Matter of fact, leave South Africa. Leave South Africa if you're a Nigerian in South Africa, especially if you are there illegally. Leave.
I am ashamed today to call myself a South African. The image that are coming out of Durban make me to be ashamed. You are beating blacks, you are slaughtering Africans. I've never seen you doing that to a Chinese. I've never seen you doing that to a white person who doesn't have papers. I've never seen you do that to an Indian without papers. But once they say it's an African, because you hate yourself, because white people taught you to hate yourself, you kill other Africans. Stop that nonsense. It ends today. We must unite as Africans. Don't glorify these borders. Uti, hey, there is Zimbabwe, there is Nigeria. These borders were never here. These borders were imposed on us by white people who wanted to divide Africa and do what they wanted to do with this continent of Africa. Bias Luis Alababantu, they are causing divisions amongst Africa.
One day you're going to have a foreigner being a president. These guys are infiltrating all sectors, judiciary, all sectors. South Africans, I mean, now Paul Mashatile, he wants to be a president.
I never.
Malusi Nkanyezi Kikamba. Noguza, I mean, I asked Nalezi Kikamba. I mean, Paul Mashatile no Malusi Kikamba, Bumabi. Come on.
So basically, this country is no longer our country, South Africa.
Just to sound to the highest leader.
Yeah.
The fact that we are having so many foreigners in South Africa, the fact that they are able to do this, then we have failed South Africa, then we have failed our children.
Yeah.
We have failed the generation.
Yeah.
Our kids are nowhere. So far, we have that war. And we all blame it to the president of
and the ANC.
and his cabinet.
Yeah.
You blame it on the GNU.
Yeah.
Because they came together to approve you. No, that's why you can fly why you are facing this.
Yeah. But are we giving up as a country? As South Africa? Yeah.
For the sake of our kids.
Yeah.
For the sake of the next generation.
Yes.
We are not going to give them up.
What do you say?
And our future is going to China.
Yeah. Yeah. So what is your message to all South Africans?
Message to all South Africans. South Africans.
Yeah.
We said that.
Yeah.
We put our heads together.
Yeah.
We put our differences aside.
Yeah.
If we join heads together.
Yes.
This is going to fall to something that we are no longer cannot explain.
Yes. All South Africans.
This was just a confirmation of what Mkhwanazi was talking about when it comes to corruption of the police. The police are protecting non-South Africans over us. They failed to tell them that we had applied for this much and we have all the right to be.
You can see how everywhere is hot. Dudula is not taking it easy. So also is the government not taking things easy. As I said in my previous video, the government has to find a middle ground because this back and forth is not going to help anyone. I don't see Operation Dudula giving up anytime soon, and I don't think violence or sending the authorities, the police, to shut them down would even, work, because you watched the first video how they were really struggling with the police. So I don't think that's going to work. I just feel like the president should find a middle ground, should meet with the people, and it should bring out laws that would be in favor of both parties involved in this issue. In as much as the government want to protect, some certain laws and constitutions of the country, because we all know the government has ties with these other countries, and he won't want to sever those ties like that or cause any issues that will bring problems to South Africa in the long run. But nevertheless, since the people are, bent on going through this mission, bent on seeing this through, he has to find the middle ground. Going back and forth with them like this is not going to work. Just coming out to intensify things is just going to put more fuel in the already existing fire. So if he wants them to cease fire, if he wants this thing to, be contained, he has to really, really meet the people halfway. And it's not by all the species giving and all those things. At the end of the day, the people who are suffering are still the foreigners, because by the time he comes out to talk and do this, speech and media rounds, the people pounce harder on the foreigners. They are not going to relent. They are not going to, slow down. They're not going to say, okay, since the president have said this, let's pipe down, let's take things slow, let's take things a top notch, lower or down. No, they are just intensifying the whole situation. And as a foreigner, if you are in South Africa and you don't feel safe, sister, brother, pack yourself and leave. I will keep saying this in all my videos. It's not easy to live, I know, but it's better. It's better for you to be in a place where you are, accepted, you are safe, you are at peace. Because this one, I don't know, there's a video I was watching and the lady was saying they can't even make calls in the train. She said they can't even, make calls in the train because they are afraid that by the time they speak on the train or, go certain places and speak, they detect that they are foreigners and then they pounce on them. So if you are living your life in such fear, such level of fear that you can't even talk freely, you can't even move freely, say the kids can't even go to school freely, then what are you doing there? I know it's not easy to start afresh again, but it's better to be safe. It's better to be at peace. God, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Nigerians, Zimbabweans, like all of you foreigners that are in South Africa, find a way to, just live and have your peace. Well, that's all I have to say, guys. In as much as South Africa has their reason for doing all this, I will still say the government has to look into their reasons and meet them halfway and let peace reign. Thank you guys for watching, and please drop your opinion in the comment section. What do you think about this whole issue? Do you think the president is taking the right action? Do you think that the Operation Dudula is also taking the right action for, doing all those things that they are doing? And how do you think this can be rectified? How do you think there can be a lasting solution to all this issue? Drop Drop your opinion in the comment section and see you guys in the next one. Bye.